Hello and welcome to Sales Tips by Fortreal Real Estate Academy right here in Nigeria. And in this video, I want to chat with you on top 3 real estate sales mistakes you should never ever make. I mean, this literally makes a lot of realtors and agents or salespeople, especially in the real estate sector, to lose sales every other day. And as somebody who teaches and trains realtors, I can tell you for free that there is a likelihood that one of these 3 mistakes has helped you, or made you rather, to lose a major deal, and of course which automatically stops you from earning your dream commission. Now, this is a free conversation, but rest assured that it will be absolutely valuable in a way that will help you to close better. My name is Raymond Ijoma, and I am the lead facilitator of the Fortreal Real Estate Academy right here in Nigeria. And what we do at the Fortreal Real Estate Academy is to ensure that you're properly equipped and taught how to sell real estate consistently. This is a key word as far as our entire training, conversation, and curriculum is concerned. If you can't sell real estate consistently, then you don't have, then you're not good yet. I mean, I like to say that sales must get to up to 7 before it becomes a pattern, right? You need to get to that realm where you are able to sell consistently. That is what truly makes you a salesman. Of course, I have an issue with the word salesman, right? But let's leave that for another conversation, right? So let's look into the top 3 real estate mistakes that you should not make. You should stop making from today. And of course, do make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, drop a comment. I like to attend to your questions in the comment section, or if possible, do a video to respond to your question. And very importantly, do share this particular video with a friend or realtors or your realtors group, so that you are able to bless another person, so that we all can get the right knowledge to be able to sell real estate consistently. Now, the very first real estate sales mistake you should avoid making and not make at all is product knowledge, or ignorance of product knowledge. Now, hold on. You've heard a lot about product knowledge, but I can tell you for a fact that there is a missing link in this conversation of product knowledge. This is something I ordinarily would teach in our paid program, but I thought to add it in this conversation so that you understand that there is more. Sometimes you can have knowledge, but what you have is not complete knowledge. What you have is partial knowledge, and you need substantial knowledge to succeed in real estate. Now, the general conversation around product knowledge is: know your estate like you know your name, know the plot size, the location, landmarks, and all of those things, distance, duration, drive duration, and all of them. Just know all of those things. But there's something that is significant. It is, for me, the most significant in the entire conversation around product knowledge, which is the question of what the product can do for your client, how the product solves the need of your client. I was having a conversation with a client, or I closed a deal recently, about a week to doing this particular video, and this woman called and wanted to buy a property, a 500 square meter plot in one of our estates, right? And then in the conversation, she increased to 2 500 square meter plots, right now. After further conversations, she ended up buying one 500 square meter plot, another 500 square meter plot, and one 1,000 square meter plot. Now, if you know Abuja very well, you already know that these are not little figures. All right. Now, the difference in the conversation is how I was able to show beyond the details of the product to tell what the product can do for her. Of course, she came with her own personal needs and requests as relates to having a nice house somewhere, and in addition, having an extra space, right? But in the conversation, as a closer, not just a closer to take the money, but a closer who wants to help, which is why your product is prognosis. In other words, your product is a solution to a problem. Right? So if you close from that perspective of clearly showing to your client, your prospect, that your product is just beyond, or is beyond another property or another land available for sale, If you are able to do that, then you just move from just being a salesman to being an actual consultant. And that is the realm where you are able to close beyond request or whatever the client is trying to buy at that particular point in time. So yes, product knowledge is absolutely important, but beyond product knowledge, look out for what the need that this product solves. Look out for what this product can do for this guy, because real estate is high ticket. Before you can sell a high ticket product, let somebody part way with 20 million naira, 50 million naira, 100 million naira, and you will give him paper. At that point, there must be something tangible that can meet the actual need of this client. So beyond the product knowledge, the facts of the product knowledge, you must move to the point where you use the PPF formula to determine how to match the need of the client to the products that you have available, which automatically is the solution that you are presenting to the need of the client, the purpose of the client's request. And this is a game changer. So in summary, not understanding or knowing the need of the client and how the product you're presenting meets the need of that particular client at that point in time, beyond just knowing about the product, is a major mistake. And as a realtor who wants to sell consistently, you must avoid this mistake. The second real estate sales mistake you should not make if you desire to sell consistently is failure to qualify your leads. This is key. I have a straight up formula for qualifying leads, and there are 4 steps to it. Now, I'll give you one instance out of these 4 steps. Now, in the 4 steps to qualifying your lead, you must understand that not everybody needs to be followed up, which is going to take me to the number 3, right? Which is that you should stop following up some people. Some persons don't need weekly follow-up. Some persons don't need monthly follow-up, right? Of course, there's the other strategy to following up. But before we get to that point in another video, let's come back to number 2 to establish this, because you realize that some persons will reach out to you on window shopping basis. I've also taught you that some clients will reach out to you, but they, for whatever reason, because they don't trust you enough, they move to what we refer to as trust establishment zone, right? Right here, if you put in pressure in following up, then you lose the client. So it's important that you stop making the mistake of just assuming everybody, every lead is ready to close or every lead is ready to buy. So if you are able to create the discrepancy and create a difference between who is ready and who is not ready, who is supposed to close today and who is not supposed to close tomorrow, who is not supposed to close today, then automatically you are able to qualify your leads and know who to follow up part time, which is the 3rd mistake. Because you can end up following up the guy who is not ready because you didn't qualify the client that you don't know, and at that point you make a mistake, or you are channeling your energy in the wrong direction while you are disturbing the person who is not even ready. One of the best deals I did in the year 2024 was someone who has been in touch with me for almost 2 years and never bought. He will reach out, and I already knew. In fact, by virtue of qualifying client, I know who to follow up and who not to follow up. Of course, my schedule most of the times doesn't even permit me following you up, and I don't have the time, right? While I know those that require follow-up, because in my knowing, I am able to focus my energy on following up, so I can automatically create a rule here. By virtue of qualifying your lead, you know when to channel your energy to follow up the 20% that is ready to close today and nurture the 80% that is not ready to close today till they are ready, right? So this guy, I already knew he was in the 80%, not in the 20%. And after 2 years, this guy reached out. Of course, I wasn't quite motivated, which is normal, right? But for whatever reason, we still did the inspection, and a day afterwards, he picked a plot of land that was good money. And 2 weeks after, he called again and said he wanted 2 extra. That is the reality. That is real estate for you. In fact, a lot of realtors make mistakes here, especially when you have few clients. When you have few clients, you end up and you don't know how to qualify them. You have a problem with following them up too much, which can lead to them blocking you or considering you as desperate, and that becomes an issue. The other part of it is that you have a whole lot of leads, and because you have a lot of leads, failure to qualify them also now puts you at that point where you don't know who to follow up per time. You end up following up the wrong person, right? So which now again takes me back to number 3. In other words, you don't follow up everybody actively at the same time. This is a special conversation, and I'm going to do that or have that conversation with you in another video. Pending that time, do let me know how this was helpful to you in the comment section. Top 3 real estate sales mistakes you should not make in this year 2025 if you want to begin to sell consistently. And of course, we have a paid program if you're interested in that. We have monthly calls ongoing, and as at today, as at the point of doing this particular video, we are currently taking lectures or classes are currently ongoing for cohort 20.0. It means that we have done our paid program for 20 months consistently, and that simply is a testament of the fact that people are being transformed as they take the courses. All right, so if you're interested in that, do reach out to the number showing right on your screen. Until then, subscribe, share this video with a friend, share this video in your realtors group, and make sure that everybody is as educated as possible so that we're able to close better and consistently. My name again is Raymond Ijoma, and I am the lead facilitator of the Fortreal Real Estate Academy right here in Nigeria. I hope to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.